It's amazing how a 3-year-old can develop the language to talk about feeling frustrated, which they do. And I confess we set up difficult situations, and I'm going to show you one now, so that the children can understand the temperament trait of perseverance, so that they can understand how you deal with frustration. Because the classroom teachers who are very involved with the Roots of Empathy program, they don't teach it. We have instructors who are trained, who come in with their curriculum, and we offer ongoing mentoring for life pretty well. But the classroom teacher gets to see the children being amazing. The children reinventing themselves around the green blanket. The children who have been the toughest and apparently the most heartless, becoming the children who are vulnerable and demonstrating compassion. So in this next little clip, Jason, if you could do it up, it's the same little baby May, and there are 19 questions that happen in this clip.
What does that sound like? What's the sound?
Yesterday, I want this toy.
So she's saying she wants this toy, but the sound she's making. Let's put this on here. Let's see what happens. Okay, now do you think she'll be able to get this?
Okay,
let's watch her. Now what's she going to do?
Yes.
Let's see if she keeps trying. What happened? Should I pick you up? Do you need help? Okay, let's pick you up. Okay. Did she get upset when she tipped over?
No.
No, so is she easily frustrated?
No.
No, she's not. Let's try and put her back. Hannah, can you put her back a little bit closer again. Whoops. I think she's ready to do something else. Let's see if she tries again.
It's dancing.
Want to try again? What do you think? Do you think she wants to try? What do you think?
He wants to try again.
Do you think she wants to try again? See, look at her body's reaching. Let's try and see what happens.
I want to see her do this.
Does anybody remember when she was learning to roll over? What? She kept trying. Uh-oh. Does that get her? You okay?
So they take great pride in baby May. She did do it eventually, just in case any of you are wondering. And I can tell you the cheering that happened when she finally did it. It's about a whole group of children caring together about a vulnerable person. And that has a huge impact on our moral development. And the emotional soup happening around that green blanket, as all those children unselfishly focused on the goals of that little baby, so that that teacher had ammunition for the rest of the year in talking about frustration. And most babies, I can tell you, don't last as long as May did. So May was off the scale with dealing with frustration, and was one of the most serious babies I've ever encountered. I work a lot with babies. I don't have much trouble in getting them to smile. But I realized I could be in a power struggle with May, because you shouldn't really be making a baby smile if they don't want to smile, and it's not about proving you're a great baby lady, which is something that we have to train our instructors, that this is not a popularity contest to show how good you are with babies. Take the back seat, shut up and listen up. That's how we train our people. You have to have great sensitivity, but we don't want to be hearing from you. So Kathy, the Roots of Empathy instructor, said to May, "Do you want help? Can I lift you up?" And in Roots of Empathy and Seeds, even with the 3 to 5-year-olds, whenever we lift a baby up or ask the baby, can we do exercises, it's always, "May I?" And when we first do this, we say to the children, "What's the baby saying?" And they think it's a strange question to ask because babies can't talk. So we say to them, well, is the baby looking at me? And the children will report, because they are reporters, that's their job. And then we'll say, well, does the baby's body look relaxed and floppy, or a little bit tense and straight? As in a board, sometimes. And then we'll say, are the baby's hands open or tight in a fist? So then you'll say, okay, well, what's the verdict? What is the baby saying? So we hope it's no sometimes, so we can make the point. And then we say, well, let's give the baby to the mom and see what happens. And of course, then you get a beautiful reaction from the baby. So the children learn, number one, a baby has rights and dignity, and a baby can say no, and we will respect it. And that is our very quiet message. Your body is your own, and say no. Trust yourself. So we trust the baby to know if the baby's ready for us to lift the baby up or not. So we have a lot of disclosures in the Roots of Empathy program. We never mention anything about sexual abuse or any kind of abuse. But because we come to the nub of our humanity, the children find the humanity in the baby, and then they find it in themselves. And once you can find it in yourself, you can find it in anybody. So the children will disclose for their friends, and they'll disclose for themselves. I had one principal call me way back in the late 90s, and he said, I'm really mad with you. And I thought this was a friend. I said, why? He said, this month I have had the police in here 3 times. This has not happened in any other year, and I have been a principal for 12 years. So I said, well, what's wrong? He said, in your 3 Roots of Empathy classes in our school, each class has had a disclosure. Meaning a child who has said to the teacher that somebody is interfering with me, or actually all 3 were sexual abuse. So I just waited for him for a few seconds so that he could hear what he said. So I said, I hear how upset you are. And then he paused and he said, I'm really sorry. He said, of course I shouldn't be angry. He said, but the upset with the teachers, the circus that's happened, the hysteria with the parents involved, dealing with the hospital. I said, how do you think the child feels? Look what you've done. You've changed outcomes for 3 little children. Is this not our job? What are the statistics on child sexual abuse? You know them better than me. They're all sitting there in our desks. Thank God you've given wings to 3. So it's not always easy, but it's always real.